What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hey, look at this. I can like move my arms quick and you can kind of stick up with it as opposed to, oh, I need to cancel that subscription actually. I was streaming on StreamYard. It's still awful, by the way. Still awful. So if you are thinking of contemplating getting into streaming, by the way, then don't use StreamYard. It's absolutely terrible. But anyway, they offer me a 3 weeks worth of use for... I think it was like 75p. So I thought, well, do you know what? We can make that work. We could make that work while I wasn't home. But I'm officially home, back into the normal office, and back with the 2, which is always important. You know what I mean? You've got to remember who you are. And just surrounded with like a relatively good microphone and all that kind of good stuff. So welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I'm excited for the live stream. There is a disclaimer this evening. There is a disclaimer that I want to bring up. And it may be a bad thing, or I don't know, right? But it is a disclaimer because I think it's important to reference the disclaimer. And the disclaimer tonight is that I am potentially on the edge with a few things. What do I mean by that? And I was just telling TikTok, like I come live every single night. I come live 6 days a week. I try and analyze the markets the best I can. I try and put a spin on things relatively positively, and equally I try and understand what the macro sentiment's telling us. I try and genuinely come on here to try and give some value to people and to try and, try and make sure that anyone that joins it, let's say they're brand new to the crypto markets, comes to somewhere where someone's going to respond to them. Someone's going to interact with them. The community is, is everything that we sit in there. But I generally, for the first time ever tonight, thought I can't even be fucking bothered to stream because already before I even get into it, there's like 2 or 3 comments in the chat, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, by the way. I'm not saying you're not entitled to your opinion. But I think people just need to understand a little bit. It drains the life out of me, like genuinely drains the life that I feel like I have to validate myself. If you don't want to watch my content, don't. All right. That's where I get to. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you to. If you want to, great. I'm absolutely all for a difference in your opinion. Of course I am. 100%. That's what this market, that's what this community is all about. You have a difference in opinion. You just got to do it in the right way. And people might be like, oh, 2 bits a bit arsey tonight. The very first comment that was on this live stream tonight was, don't listen to this guy. His altcoins must be underwater, which, by the way, when you buy Solana at fucking $8, it takes a while to get underwater. He's been wrong on everything, blah, 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 right? There's just no need for it. There's no place for it either. And if that person comes in, I'm just going to ban them in front of everybody because I can't be bothered dealing with people like that. Can't be bothered. So hopefully we can have a good stream. The disclaimer is, I may actually lose it at anyone and I may ban people that I don't maybe intend to. But again, I'm absolutely all for a difference in opinion. 100%. Discourse is the way we move forward. What I'm not here is to be attacked on a keyboard warrior by somebody because either they are not where they should be or they made a bad decision or whatever, right? I'll own up. I'll hold my hands up to whatever I need to hold my hands up to. However, I ain't coming live to be attacked in less than 5 minutes by 3 different people, right? Can't be bothered. So that's the disclaimer. Hopefully we can move past this. Hopefully we'll have a good stream. I got my Christmas mug out, which is important. But difference in opinion, good. Rude and just unnecessarily abrasive, I've no place for it, right? I don't know if you guys have seen as well, by the way, but YouTube at the minute has been super psycho in terms of like... banning channels, like copywriting channels, taking videos down, like my financial friend can't stream for a week or upload content. Crypto Rover got done today. Someone else got done today. Like they are absolutely taking crypto YouTube channels down. The last thing I need is people just being completely unreasonable in the chat because, let me be absolutely crystal clear on this. If the channel gets taken down because people are posting in the chat, I'll never live stream again. Like, dunzo. And I'm not bothered either. So anyway, disclaimer out of the way. I'm back and I'm excited. And look, we've got a lot to talk about tonight. We've got a lot to try and get into. A lot to sort of walk through and try and unpick in terms of where the markets are. Some pretty interesting news going on in altcoins. We'll talk a little bit about some exchanges out there as well. And we're just going to try and get into what does November setup look like? What do we need to be aware of? And at the same time, what are some things that are flashing that, look, you've got to have your radar on because if it tips the wrong way, you got to be ready to pivot on your view, I think is probably where I get to. So let's say hello to a few people that are okay and they're cool because they're here in the chat. And like I said, if you don't watch the content, don't watch it. I'm cool with it, by the way. I'm absolutely 100% cool with it. But just understand the ban hammer could be coming out tonight, and I am not bothered if it does. Right. Anyway, Selma, what's going on? Tim's in the house. Magic Craig, welcome in. Good to see you. Big Al's in the building. Curtis, Griff, Paul Rowe, what's going on, Paul? Been a while. Billy Bob's here from South Detroit. Good to see you, man. Alvin, welcome in. Chris Bendix, Shabs, what a legend. Do you two-bit? Screw the negative vibes. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Griff XRP in the building. What's going on, pal? Welcome in. Boxing fan. Good to see you. Exactly, yeah. And I look, that's what I'm saying. The disclaimer is the disclaimer, because I'm sure people are feeling exactly the same as I am, which is like, man, this market is draining the life out of me right now. But, it's all good. It's all good. Alvin, thank you so much for the 279. Appreciate it. Paul says, done by Christmas, XRP to the moon, New Year, New York. Let's go. Love the videos. One of the best hype to log. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And then welcome in everybody on TikTok as well. Shout out to you guys. You guys have obviously had the double rant because I ranted to you guys before I actually came live. So shout out to everybody. Welcome in Fairground. Good to see you, Shoe Smith. Welcome in. JJ in the building. Evening. What's going on, guys? Casey, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Appreciate the message, by the way, as well. I'll definitely take you up on that sometime when I'm down there, which would be epic. Okay. Good. Let's get into it. Let's walk through it and let's talk a little bit of cryptocurrency rather than everything else. John Shaw's in the house. What's going on, John? Hey, to be good to be back from a week in Vegas. Ah, man, tell us how you did. I'm curious. Got to accept what's happening, matey, for a minute. Yeah, 100%. Look, again, let's understand the macro. Let's understand how all life is playing out. So you'll know this chart. This is the Bitcoin daily chart. For some reason, we haven't got a lot of stuff on it. Let's put the EMA ribbons on because that is a good news. Well, I say good news. It's just worth a look at. So if the lines are green, they're good. If the lines are red, they're bearish. All right, just kind of gives you a bit of a view on this. You guys can see it as well. I think it's probably worthwhile, TikTok, you guys having a look at what's going on. So what have we got? The historic weekly or monthly trend line that runs all the way from 2022 on the bottom. And then the top is kind of this recent move that we've been sort of playing out right now over the course of, well, since kind of that peak up we got back in July, then obviously we got the first initial run to the all-time high, and then our previous move. Now, there is obviously an uptrend that sits within here, so you could argue that on this upper trend, we're moving into higher highs. The bigger problem is this is actually in a macro downtrend if you take out some of the kind of bigger ranges. So you take an average move of, oops, I didn't mean to do that, an average move of kind of where we are, and then equally kind of where it plays out. Now, interestingly enough, once again, we did wick down to this on Saturday, retesting this lower range here on this consistent line. So if we go to the weeklies, by the way, you can sort of see how this line's playing out. Let me get rid of the EMA ribbons just dead quick. Oops. Let me just get rid of this as we sort of play out dead quick. So again, you can see kind of that. Where's that line gone? There it is. That historic line that's playing out all the way since the bottom of the bear market back here in 2022, I think it was, which is basically the FTX crash. So this was the FTX crash that came in. And then this is kind of this line that's playing up. Equally, we've talked about this a number of times. So this bounce off these key supports here. And generally speaking, we get the bounce and push further to the upside. Now, the debate is, are we going to get this bounce right now? But again, what you can see here, and the reason why I put that line on, is you can see a similar setup that we saw for most of these. This is obviously freehand, by the way, but you can sort of see where a lot of these kind of did exactly the same thing. Then we pushed further to the upside. This is why this one is important. If the macro technicals are going to play out, this might be the bounce that we're looking for. Now, November has to come with us. There's still a bigger debate around the Fed, etc., etc. Right? So weekend, albeit marginally green for BTC, isn't like crazy pumperino that we got last week, which is kind of good. So Bitcoin Beach on the building. Al says voice dodgy. No, my kids have been ill. So I've literally been with family all weekend. So yeah, I don't know what it is. I hope I'm not getting ill again, but we'll see. We will see. So again, the bounce coming off, we're going to have to see where we play out. If you go into a shorter time frame, again, you start to see kind of where this pattern is. Now, what you could argue a little bit, the only thing that invalidates was this move here, because you could argue for a triple bottom setup, which would be 1, 2, and then 3, which would be the bounce to the upside. Whether that's going to play out, obviously this was the invalidation on the W pattern where we got wicked all the way back down, which you could argue was down to a couple of specific things, or equally down to kind of a couple of key macro parts that played out. What we do know, though, at the same time is, look, Bitcoin's green on a Sunday. That doesn't really mean a lot. And we'll talk a little bit about institutional buying, selling, equally a couple of other bits that have kind of gone on recently. So, this is kind of where we sit right now in a shorter time frame. I think on the dailies, as long as we still hold this line, I've been talking about this line now for a while. You could argue that if we went back to say, that elusive Friday, and then equally the following Friday, you know, we were talking about an invalidation point of potentially like 105,000, 104,900. Likewise, we're sort of talking about invalidation point of like 108. So as long as we continue this uptrend line, I'm a bit like, oh, okay, fine. Overall market sits okay. Not really doing much, but again, think about where we sit. Volume relatively quiet here on the total market cap. Important just to think about how this is playing through. Again, some of the lower time frames are a little bit bearish here on the daily, but the big key one, we're still pretty much optimistic as to where we sit right now. So again, the green and red giving you just an idea of where these sit. Total 2, by the way, altcoins obviously taking a little bit of a dip today, which is why you're pushing Bitcoin dominance up to 60%. Could you please look at ZK Sync, possible 20 cents on the bump? What do you think, bruv? Also, Gigs Chat can hit $1. Thank you, too. But yes, remind me when we get to the DeFi bit, I'll definitely take a look at it for sure. So Bitcoin dominance, obviously the fact we're seeing buying of Bitcoin, sort of debating whether who and what is buying it right now. But look, at the same time, you know, we see this kind of push up on BTC dominance. So look, we'll sort of see where we play out. What we want to do is start to see this come back down. If you are predominantly in altcoins, if you're predominantly in Bitcoin, then this is kind of what you want to see. Again, though, think about the broader picture. Worthwhile thinking about, again, this move to the upside continuation. Are we, though, going to roll over? And we'll talk a little bit about some charts, which I think are worth it. And, again, some sort of things to think about. Curtis, my baby being born in the next 12 hours. Holy shit, Curtis. Live stream it. I mean, don't live stream it. Don't live stream it, but yeah, good. Mike, sorry, just been catching up on the beginning of the show. Don't worry, I'll ban people like that automatically. Thanks, Craig. Joe, bro, what's going on, pal? Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you, man. Please don't ever be really good. Yeah, I hope so. We're just making higher lows. Stop shitting your pants, kids. There we go. Al spoken. Again, worth noting. Now, a couple of coins that did move today. Pretty interesting. ICP, and I would say like, kind of not being shitting my pants on ICP, but I've kind of been saying, well, you know, kind of a little bit pants where it is, but at the same time, $4, pretty bullish. And then Asta getting that move to 116, actually wicked up to 129. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Be mindful, this could be just a FOMO pump, which I think is kind of what it is. But there is an underlying thing we'll talk about. Interstellar, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Damien Brimlow in the building. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, congrats, Curtis. Cool Cat Cosmos in the building as well. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. So yeah, this is kind of where it is, right? This is currently where we sit, and they're sort of the rest of the markets are a little bit doo-doo today. All right, so we just need to kind of move on and see where we get to. We'll take a look at pre-markets in a little bit later on. But where do we sit right now? The month of November is green. Way celebrate the wins, celebrate the small wins. Obviously, we didn't live stream the. Did we live stream the end of days? Can't remember. Did we Friday? Oh, we did live stream Friday. We didn't live stream Saturday, so technically we didn't see it. But yeah. 369 was the month of October negative. Again, the only third time ever for a negative October. We had one that was 36%, following one that was 12.5%. Let's hope for the 12.5% move in November. If you didn't catch my Bitcoin video, definitely go and look at it. And we're trying to do a bit where it's like, okay, what are the kind of things to worry about? What are the things to kind of look at? And then you make a decision which outweighs the other one. To a bit the XCL community got together to try and burn most of the remaining supply. They are buying and sending to Burn Wallet donations. It's going very well. Austin also donated 25k to the Burn. Holy shit. Wow. Love it. I love it. That's bullish. We'll take a look at that chart. Remind me. We'll definitely take a look at that chart. Swamp, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Check out LCAP. DTF just partnered with Kraken. Did I see that? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Some people gave me shit for Burn. Yeah, I mean, Robert, if you bought ICP, mate, you are literally crushing it right now. Overall sentiment for Q4, 3.39%. Remember, when you look at the weeklies, generally speaking, November is just consistently bullish over the course of the weeks. So you can see here, look, these are the weeks going through November. So we generally have a pretty much bullish 4 weeks of November. Fingers crossed. We will see this yet again. Again, you can see a number of times where we've actually seen that red bit. So as always, if you've ever worked in kind of corporate, land, so retail management, corporate finance, one of the key things they talk about is a shit sandwich, all right? I don't know if you've ever heard this saying, right? Shit sandwich. Start good, shit in the middle, end good. That's kind of where it is. So we're going to head off to look at some of these interesting things that we need to be mindful of. Again, these are going to be indicators that say, well, these are some of the things to watch out for. Equally at the same time, these are some of the things that may just start to push a little bit of the price down. Teddy Vinny, what's going on? It's 2-bit from YouTube. What's going on, pal? which I believe you are. I'm assuming you're Edward Vincent. It's been a minute, mate. It's been a minute. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Good to see you, buddy, as always. BC56, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for the likes. Rob, you are crushing it, my man. I appreciate it so much. Tal Nation's here as well. Welcome in, everybody, on TikTok. Shout you guys. Edward Vincent here, in case you all forgot. Yeah, all good, mate. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. It's been a second. Right. Anyway, what we got on the screen? Long-term holders. Some of the key metric we've been watching, certainly as we've kind of been walking through this market. But they sold 300,000 Bitcoin worth around $33 billion in October. This is the most aggressive selling we've seen from long-term holders since December 2024. Now, ask yourself, is this profit taking? Is this, pivoting in terms of capital? Or do people just see what, we hope we don't see, which is the end is in sight? Again, you've got to make up that decision. It's not for me to kind of say the way. I can only ever give you a view. Sorry, my slippers have come off my vehicle. I can only give you a view of what I'm doing, by the way. I can only give you a view. But we have seen these move previously as well, which is important to reference, by the way. So, again, you can see here, look, the first part of 2021, we actually saw negative long-term holders selling off, followed by then a mass accumulation as we move towards the back end of the 2021 bull market. If you remember, it was around November time that it came in. You can sort of see the same happening here back in 2018, 2019. And we actually saw the same happen in the early part of this year on the back of, obviously, those big moves. So, generally speaking, yeah, Al, do you know where slippers? My feet are cold. It's like I'm in the office at the front of my house, and it's cold in here sometimes. So, yeah, I have slippers on. I'm not ashamed of them. They're proper granddad slippers as well. Do you want to see them? Al, you'll love these. Look at this. You ready? You ready? Look at them. They are like proper granddad slippers. But do you know what? My feet are warm. Go understand, Al. You understand, I'm in Yorkshire. We don't put the heating on till at least it's like -5 outside. No heating in this house. My kids are in sleeping bags. Anyway, look at this. 300K Bitcoin out from long-term holders. What we don't know, though, is what that then looks like as a potential buying on the other side of it, which I think is worth noting. Equally, over the course of the month, if you break it down in terms of 300,000 Bitcoin over the course of 30 days, what does that look like minus the price? 10,000 Bitcoin a day. All right, what's that? 100 million? Fine. When you're trading, a couple of billion a day, 100 million is not really a lot. Equally, just some wallets that are taken out. And don't forget, we actually saw quite a significant amount. Particularly, don't forget those liquidation events. People will have way shit the pants when that one came in. So worth noting. Now, a couple of key things also to think about. And this was a big one that kind of came in. I don't know if you guys saw this. I actually put it in my Bitcoin update video. And it was all about repo debt. So the repurchasing agreement that the Fed does. And you kind of have to, the best way I could describe this, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, by the way. This is just kind of some of the research I've been doing. But do you ever see gas towers? And they expand and they retract based on the number of gas or the amount of gas they have in these massive containers. Well, the repurchasing agreement or the repo debt is kind of the same thing. Basically, it's amount of money that the Fed has, and it's a short-term loan given to banks to support liquidity. So, for example, the Bank of Alvin is like, holy shit, we need 20 billion for tomorrow. The repo debt, the Fed gives them 20 billion. They pay back 20,500,000 the day after, right? They're super short-term payments that they do. Basically, it prevents the market from seizing up, i.e. if I go to the bank and get my money, right? It's all to do with fractionalized banking. But it is important to reference because basically when the Fed doesn't have that money is where you get defaults on banks or when the demand is so aggressive. So the fact of the matter is that loads of people talked about the Fed pumping 29 billion. It was actually more. It's 50 billion, right? But it was a short-term liquidity bridge, not the stimulus program. So this was just hey, we need some liquidity and we don't have any. Or we are short of a little bit, right? So when banks are short on cash, they normally borrow from each other, but they're having to borrow from the Fed because reserves are getting low. If you saw my video early on, it absolutely talks about the fact that cash... In fact, let me see if I can find it because it's important, this. Because this is sometimes when narrative gets spun in a slightly different way. And I think if you aren't looking at it, like they call granddad slippers from... Yeah, exactly that. I like granddad slippers. It keeps my feet warm. Wonder where the 2-bit imposter is tonight. Yeah, I love those imposters. Right, where was it? Oh, here we go. Perfect. I got it. So it's a bit blurred, but you'll get it. Bank reserves have fallen the lowest since 2020, right? This is what I was talking about on my Bitcoin update video. what is important is that they reference it versus US dollars. So cash or cash equivalents is what they're measuring. Now, what's important to think about here is what have the banks been doing recently that we haven't seen them doing before? They've been buying gold like it is running out, right? They were buying more gold than they have done over the course of the last 100 years in the last few months. Important to reference. You can see here just the amount of absolutely got the share of gold reserves of 62 EM central banks. So you've got declining cash reserves, but increasing gold reserves. Well, why is that important? Well, because the reality is that gold, albeit has come down off that recent high, is still relatively well valued versus, as we talk about, the DXY, right? Versus the dollar. So again, this is important to reference. And in my opinion, this is where I think people are slightly, oh my God, where's the chart? Slightly getting it wrong. Yes, the banks may need a little bit of ejection of liquidity. What they don't want to do is sell gold or in some cases, Bitcoin if they've got it. Pink Fluffy, well, I mean, that's true, 37. You don't drink Tetley, bro. Yeah, Yorkshire tea. It's in my Tree Rex mug. Get it? Tree Rex. Love it. So we need to be mindful. We need to be mindful of this, right? Because why is it important? It says here, liquidity is getting tight. That's what's most important. Reserves are falling. QT is biting and it's hurting. The Fed obviously is cutting rates. We talked about this last, was it Friday night? That by cutting rates, they should support a little bit of liquidity coming back into the market. If they don't, then these are some of the key things we need to be mindful of as this is going to play out. And maybe this is the one thing that could end up the market tipping over, all right? And I think that's absolutely where we need to just be very much dialed in and very much kind of just keeping an eye on it and watch for like, thanks Tomato Pete. Did you have to send me the fucking Tetley tea guy? Oh dear. Anyway, so worth noting, I think. Worth noting. Combine that with short-term, long-term holders selling off, again, just starts to paint a little bit of a picture as to what we kind of need to be mindful of. Now, as always, given a balanced view is important, there is rumors going around right now that the US senators are racing to finalize the crypto bill before Thanksgiving. I mean, are they? I don't know. I mean, the government shutdown still well in effect. Doesn't look like it's showing any signs of opening anytime soon, albeit I did see something that I believe after 50 days, Donald Trump basically can just get rid of any program without having to put it through the Senate, I believe. So the Democrat side of it probably has a agenda that they might want to sort of get it fixed sooner rather than later. Otherwise, I think he's just going to get rid of loads of stuff. But this could be good news if we push this through. Obviously, we talked about those ETFs that we could expect this week, which I think could be good news as well. So we will certainly wait and see how that's going on. Daniel, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. I'm still Kim Bullish. Fairground's up for it. What's going on, Lauren? Good to see you. Welcome in. But yeah, we need to see this. I don't see lots talking about it, but, you know, rumor mills are running rife. And then equally, look, Bitcoin dominance monthly close above 60.2 technically continues to solidify this level of resistance. So again, important that we sort of keep an eye on it. Bitcoin dominance remains within the 57 to 60 range, and unless Bitcoin dominance is able to reclaim 60.2 as support, in the short term, additional consolidation and downside may come into the market. So again, just worth noting here, and we've got it not, you know, we've literally got it pretty much nailed here on the chart. It's a little bit higher. It's like there somewhere. So again, we'll sort of see where this one goes to. Potentially we're seeing that. Vern, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Grace, welcome in as well. Appreciate you being here. So keep your eye on BTC dominance, right? How many days are we up to so far? I think it's like, it's 2 months, isn't it? So 60 maybe? Maybe 60 days? I am not sure. Let's find out. Crypto Vern coming in with the populars. Appreciate it, Vern. Government shut down timer. So we're currently at, I'm assuming this is 32 days, 22 hours, 20 minutes and 34 seconds. I believe that's what that timer is. So yeah, giving you kind of the idea of it. Now, there is, however, some more optimistic news, which is, you know, I'm always down for a little bit more optimism. Just not yet. This is one thing to be mindful of as well. US markets, I don't think this is a surprise, by the way. We've been sort of talking about the fact US markets keep dumping Bitcoin. They keep dumping cryptocurrency as well. So yeah. Reverse to... Oh, I love it. I love it. You guys do really need to consider that you missed the top. You stayed in alts and you're bleeding. Yeah, we just talked about that. We're talking about a much more balanced view. But I love the fact you've renamed yourself Reverse 2-Bit. Oh, it makes me cry to sleep on a night, FYI. But anyway, so definitely US selling. Watch it. Could be a thing tomorrow. We're going to have to be mindful. There's quite a bit of data coming out this week. Nothing super crazy. But again, worthwhile just noting that is there. So, given all of that, that's kind of walking us through. Long-term holders are selling. The US are selling to a degree. We've got an element that says the Fed repo debt is uncomfortable, which I think is the best way to sort of describe it. Then we do need to just have our, thoughts about us, right? And as we go into this market, equally at the same time, it is worth noting that there are some upside potentials as we walk through, and probably more so to specific coins. Obviously, if we get the US Senate passing the legislation on the crypto bill, maybe that's good news. Kind of feels like at the minute that good news is just, swept under the carpet, but we'll see. All right. I think even just getting that kind of acknowledgement might be a good news story. What else we got? Well, CZ went bullish on Asta today. I don't know if you guys saw this, but CZ bought a big old chunk of Asta. In fact, you can see they bought 2.09 million Asta, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, full disclosure, I just bought some Asta today using my own money on Binance. Okay, CZ. It's like the biggest KOL around. 8K would be a good buy area for alts. I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe we head down there. We'll see. Perhaps they will stay close for 589 days. I mean, that's also possible. I think it's unlikely, but we'll see. We'll see. Asta is just a liquidity drain on the rest of the alt market. Well, I mean, that's true. Like I'm saying, CZ is... he's shilling it like he's some KOL. I mean, it's hilarious that he went out and bought 2 million. It'd be interesting to know if after the 20% pump, he still owns the 2 million. But hey, if you had that power, would you do the same? I'm not sure. Okay. Also, the rumor is that, maybe, just maybe, if you go to the business cycle, which I know a few people have talked about before, the altcoin market is going to warm up. Now, I've always said we need the rest of the market to come with us. Alts aren't going to pump while Bitcoin stays dormant. Same thing. Bitcoin can move, by the way, and alts can stay exactly where they are. So we do need to sort of keep an eye on it. Let me just bring the price of Bitcoin up so I can just keep an eye on it. But, again, we will see, all right? I think a lot of is alts going to move? It's so, you kind of almost can't compare it to previous years. Why? It's so different. And liquidity is so much more stretched at the minute. ETH could move, $2,000. All of a sudden, the altcoin index starts to get a bit more bullish. The overall top 2 starts to get a bit more bullish. And everyone's like, alt season's kicked off again. We'll see, all right? What do I think of Athena? I think it's a little bit overvalued, if I'm honest. I think it's a little overvalued, to be honest. People selling other alts to buy Asta, FOMO, Hope. Yeah, well, we'll see. Alts are indeed pretty quiet. I'm bullish on Christmas. What's that? It's right over the things. On Christmas selection packs. I would be bullish on those as well, actually. Available in all retailers. M2 is still flying. Why is crypto so far behind? Well, I mean, it's a good question. It is a good question. Michael Saylor has gone bullish, though. He is buying the dip once again, looking to get another bag of Bitcoin. So, I mean, the thing is with Saylor, though, he doesn't really care, does he? He's still offering something like 9.8% yield back on the people buying stocks. So, he's just like, yeah, screw it. Let's buy more Bitcoin. Why the hell not? Thanks for the follow, man. BTC will bully everything. Alts won't be involved, unfortunately. I mean, maybe. If Bitcoin moves, Ethereum's going to move. I mean, you can't sort of deny those two as a correlation to a degree, but, we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to get to it. Bitcoin, BJAM, they're the first things I'm going to look at. I promise. What else we got going on? Worth noting, by the way, a couple of headlines just for your assessment. But Bitcoin prices challenge enthusiasts as on-chain data resurfaces. So Bitcoin hovers. London Tender's on-chain analysis gains renewed attention. What is this about? ETFs and corporate demand pivoting for rekindling Bitcoin's price surge. This will be a test. This week, do we see buying or selling from institutions? Because at the minute, retail just isn't coming into the market. So again, we're looking for ETFs and corporate Bitcoin going into this. This could push the price at the same time, though it's obviously feeding the bear, and you're not sure when the bear is going to bite your hand off, all right? Important to think about. One of the key markets, though, that we've been looking at, South Korea, particularly if you're bullish on XRP, but South Korea seeing surging trading volume for some altcoins as well. South Korea being very insatiable, but at the same time, look at some of these coins over there. Virtuals Protocol have been absolutely killing it. That's like 25% or something wild today. You can see XRP in there as well, Ethereum, Solana. And if you look, Solana ETF, I don't think it's been a week yet. It's looking like it's going to hit 100 million in TVL, which is pretty good news actually, and gives us some optimism as to potentially, and if we get some more of these XRP and more corporate ETFs that are coming in. But again, South Korea is a big market, and in my opinion, is going to be good for certain altcoins as that volume starts to come in. And I have been saying this for a while, and I think the same has been said right now, but I truly believe that China will probably use, why has that done that? Could probably use South Korea as a way of, getting kind of into the markets. I mean, obviously we keep seeing the rumors that they're going to unban cryptocurrency, blah, 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 blah. We don't know if that's going to happen. We do obviously have the Trump signing of the China deal this week, which could be interesting. Whether we get any more details on that, not sure. Scott Besson was obviously bullish on Fed rate cuts, which by the way have dropped to about 63%. So, worth just thinking about. Okay, right. That takes us through the charts. That takes us through the news. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. Let's bring up these couple of coins for Bitcoin Bijam. And let's see. I feel like ZK Sync we talked about ages ago. Bro, you check my portfolio. How can I send it to you? You can send... how can you send it to me? You can send it to me on X if you want, which is at 2bitcrypto_YT, or you can find me on Telegram. Just please make sure that you use the right one. You can also email business@2bitcrypto.co.uk as well, if you just want to send an email and have a look at it. My low cap bags now break even, so I sold half. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, like I said, a lot of my altcoins, Solana at $8, Ethereum at like 800, so I'm still kind of okay. I would like to certainly see some more upside push, but yeah. Okay, Tim, it was Halloween. Tree just swapped decorations over to Christmas. Nice. Loads of Christmas ads. Yeah, well, that's it, innit? Halloween's out of the way. Bonfire night, which is basically sounds like it's outside my house at the minute. Then we're into, we're into the full shebang, aren't we? So I thought you could pull. Can you not pull this out? That's kind of annoying, isn't it? Well, there we go. Look. 6 amazing decorations on your tree. 37 cover the whole year. Oh, man, I didn't want to do this. I thought you could pull this chart out. Am I just being silly here? Maybe I am. Okay, right. I mean, look at this. ZK Sync on the 1 hour is starting to look pretty bullish. Where are we on the week? Man, it had a big spike. I mean, it doesn't look particularly wonderful. Why is the volume spiked on it? $900 million in volume. What the? Vitalik tweeted about it. Oh, did he really? Right. I mean, I don't know too much about it. I've heard about it. They did a massive airdrop, right? I feel like they did a massive airdrop ages ago. Build program, capital markets, settle cross-border payments, CK, stacker, and blockchain. Yeah, I definitely remember them doing some sort of airdrop. But yeah, okay. So Vitalik tweeted about it. He said it's helping Ethereum. Oh, interesting. Anyone bullish for November and December, or are we going to see a breakdown? Well, that's the big debate right now. Hopefully we see a break to the upside as opposed to a break to the downside. But again, you can never be 100% certain, can you? Never be 100% certain. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't know too much about it, to be honest. I mean, the chart looks kind of crazy. I mean, you would never want to buy this crazy pump. But I guess if it can break something like 7 cents, you might be in for a bit more of a move. But I mean, that volume's wild. It's up 200%. But again, like anything, it's like Asta, isn't it? Asta skyrocketed today. Why? Because CZ's decided that he's going to, that he's sort of said, well, Asta, I've bought $2 million worth of it. All right, cool. And then what was the other one you wanted to look at? ZK Sync and something else. What was it? ZK Sync. GigaChad. This one? Can it hit what? $1? I mean, look, what do you mean $1? It's at like, no. I think is the honest answer. No. Where is it on the weekly? Yeah. No. Look, I don't want to piss on anyone's chips here, but not a chance. I don't believe. Like I said, there's just, yeah, I don't think. I mean, it's on Coinbase, but it's only doing 400K. So it's almost like, who cares? So no, I don't believe this is going to $1 at all. GigaChad. That's what this is, right? GigaChad. This is the right one, yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure this one's going to $1. Just FYI. I'd be way more like optimistic about something else. Definitely, I'd be looking for a new play or maybe something that, something that's been around for a while. which I think would be good. Right, XCL. XCL. Boom. Man, it's nearly back up to a $10 million market cap. We need to stick this on the list, don't we? There we go. Bullish. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's got a way to go yet, but hey, look, it's working its way. It's grinding its way back up. So, yeah, back above, well, 9.55 million. Are we thinking FET to 28 bucks? I mean, I hope so, Tim. I hope so. But yeah, man, up 40% of the day. Look at that sweet XLL chart. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's on its way back up, back to kind of similar prices it was back here. So it's on the move. He's on the move. Bullish is the only way. He's always bullish. I'm not always bullish. I would always say that in life, my cup is more full than empty. I think that's where I'd always get to. But I talked about this before, and I said that I was neutral at the minute. I think that's where I was. I was neutral with a hint of optimism. Have you noticed many XRP YouTube? Yes, I've seen loads of them. Loads of them. So I did get one, Billy Bob. I got one on, but I mean, mine wasn't an XRP video. Mine was, was it an XRP video? I think it was actually. But I mean, I could kind of see why they. I mean, it didn't say what they said it did, which is harmful and something else. But yeah, I mean, I think my financial friend's been banned for a week. I think something like that. So yeah, they're definitely cracking down. Any short-term creators out there for 20-30% gains? I mean, hard to say. I'm so upset that I sold Zcash for 62 weeks before it took off. I need words of encouragement. Well, the debate is how high is Zcash going to go. It is pulling back a little bit today, but depends what you bought it for, though, by the way. Because if you bought it for next to nothing, then happy days. It's life. That is FOMO getting the best of you. Move on. Ignore it. Don't look at the chart anymore. Just be like, get away. You know what I mean? Get away. That's my view. And move on. Because if you worry about what happened in the past, then you make bad decisions in the future. Because you'll be like, oh man, should I get back into this? You get back into it. Have you ever not got back into a coin? So all right, so you bought it for 25, so you got two and a bit X, like 2.2X. That's all right. It's not the end of the world. I mean, yeah, $400 is a decent amount. There'll always be other coins. There'll always be other opportunities, even in the bear market. Even in the bear market, there will still be opportunities like that. Think about it. Someone like Pepe just came out in the bear market and went absolutely insane. So, yeah. What's going on, Scott? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. That's my view. Like I said, everyone's like, the era of Saitama when everyone was like, oh my God, Saitama, I can't believe I didn't make the money on it, blah, 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 blah. There's always going to be something else. Always. Yeah, exactly. Just the right ones, Fairground. Just the right ones. But ultimately, you should always make your own decision. Okay. So, right, let's get rid of that. I didn't talk about this, did I? I didn't talk about this. 50 million on FXRP. So Flare Network continuing to get absolutely bullish on XRP. By the way, the reason this is important is because for every FXRP that's minted, one XRP gets removed from the supply, which I think is kind of cool. So yeah, important to think about it. They say they're tightening up on gambling as such. Crypto channels are included. Funny how it coincides with them getting into DLT themselves. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't understand how it then. I think a lot of it's to do with titles as well. M. Kriegs. What's going on, M. Kriegs? Good to see you. Good to see you. Don't want to talk about your BTC market cycle top prediction? You want to talk about it? You can now. I mean, it's entirely up to you. I was wrong. Do I care? A little bit. Is it going to change my life? No. Sometimes we're wrong. It's about grace, isn't it? That's my opinion. But yeah, what's going on, M. Kreese? Good to see you. Take profits on the way up, as great philosopher 2-bit once said. See, exactly that. But this is bullish, by the way. They started off with a 4 million mint on FXRP and at 50 freaking million now. So keep your eyes peeled on FXRP, and MXRP as well was the other one as well. So fingers crossed that will continue and we will see more and more being locked up. What is the Flare thing? Thanks, Vern. Appreciate it. What is the Flare yield? Anyone remember? What's the yield on Flare? Was it like 7% or something? Flare yield on XRP. Tibet, I give you the source, 2nd or 3rd, 2026. I'm down for it. I'm down for it, Tim. Turn profit the user said it would earn 4% from strategy. Is it 4% on Flare Network? Could someone confirm it? It's definitely something. I thought it was a bit more than that. I thought it was a bit more than that. But anyway, again, pretty bullish, if you ask me. Pretty bullish, if you ask me. Rick Flair's in the building. What's going on? Welcome in. And Vern, thanks for the popcorn glasses, by the way. Tim Shea does win everything. It's like a proven fact. And Bitcoin Bijam says, you're my favorite influencer. Can we look at Bitcoin Cash? $7,005 target. What's it at right now? What? I mean, I love the fact, Bitcoin Bijam, you're like into the proper old school coins. BCH, baby. I did actually own some Bitcoin Cash a long time ago. A long time ago. Because there was the whole Roger V. Is it 7%? The whole Roger Ver thing where it was like, oh, Bitcoin Cash is going to replace Bitcoin. Like, here we go. And then it just kind of all faded to insignificance, didn't it? Okay, so BCH. Let's have a look at the weekly. I mean, it's kind of not going super crazy right now, but still got some good volume on it. I mean, what's it at? 10 billion market cap. It is the 13th highest ranked cryptocurrency. If you get a Bitcoin rally, I guess you'll get a Bitcoin rally here, but what do you think it's going to go to? 7,500? You know, I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, is it possible? Yeah. Is it likely? No, I don't think so. 7,500. Fucking hell, that'd be like what would that be? 14x or something? Yeah, not sure. Not sure. What does people use it for? What is the use case of Bitcoin Cash, though? Just another Bitcoin. I know it kind of had a bit of a maxi following. A bit like Litecoin, really, isn't it? You know, that was kind of holding up, I think, more specifically just for the people that were in the Litecoin ecosystem. So, yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. But, I mean, let's hope so. I mean, you got Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic. You know, are they going to do good runs? The reality is, we just need the freaking market to move with us. The market needs to come with us, baby. If we do, great. If we don't, then Flair's monthly airdrops 35%. Nice. Yeah, I know quite a few people were super like bullish on Flare, which is fair play. I mean, money cash payment. I know it's basically a super cheap. It was like a layer 2 Bitcoin almost, wasn't it? Wasn't it catalyst for alt short term? Well, we have ISM data tomorrow. That could come in. I mean, what's the forecast on it? Forecast 49.5. So if we were to get some more bullish ISM data, this one we're looking at here, this 49.5 is the forecast. 49.2 is the consensus. Remember, generally over 50 tells us the market's expanding. Below 50 tells us you've got manufacturing contraction. So hopefully we get that. We'll have ADT jobs data on Wednesday. So we'll take a look at that on Wednesday and sort of see where that plays out. You've got a couple of Fed speeches. Bowman is speaking on Tuesday. You got a couple of them speaking on Monday. I don't know if there's anything that's going to be a big deal, to be honest. I mean, nothing really. Tuesday, Wednesday's pretty quiet. Thursday will be jobless claims. So, yeah. Calamari, it was going to be last week, but then obviously the market took a dump and it was a bit like, so yeah, hopefully, if we can get a solid start to the week this week, hopefully. Thoughts on Arbitrum short term? I mean, I'm hearing more stuff about it, but yeah, I don't think so. I'd be way more interested in some other coins. Arbitrum's just a bit like a DAO. Doesn't really have super loads to do it. That could be a good one, by the way. Thursday, Stephen Mirren speaks at 9 p.m. Obviously, he is way more for 50 basis points cut and further rate cuts. So again, watch out for that on Friday. That could be a bit more of an interesting one. Still bullish for now. I would need a weekly close below the 50 moving average to be bearish. Fair play. Fair play. So I guess what is the short-term catalyst for alt market? ISM data tomorrow that could come in, hopefully, a bit better. But we'll see. What is the consensus of the markets? ISM edges higher in August versus a 49 forecast, so it was slightly behind on August. September was about so we'll get September's rates in October. Not really a lot of stuff talking about it, but that could be a good one to think about. And if we get that, ISM data could come in better than expected. If it does, then that could be a little bit of a push in the market. Is it likely? Doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like it, so we'll have to see. Door kept both, but I'm more bullish on HBAR. Nice. Say what you want. I love Flair. Give it some time. Tom, bullish on you. Would you sell XLM for more HBAR or keep both? I mean, XLM will always do... I think XLM will do some good numbers, especially if you get anything with XRP and just that broader market. So, yeah. We'll see. So, the S&P Global US Manufacturing PMI rose to 52.2 October. According to preliminary estates. So, yeah. So, the S&P Global actually is there. CJ, what's going on, man? Appreciate it. So, actually, with the fact that we have that coming in, may tick us a little bit higher, but, I mean, it's a whim and a prayer, isn't it? I think, to be honest. A little bit of a whim and a prayer. So, we'll see. But, hopefully, we get it. The broader market will see what happens in the altcoin space. It'd be nice to close green today, albeit, it's not the end of the world, I don't think, if we do. Let me put the EMAs on and get rid of the EMA ribbons, where we can sort of see. So, you can see here on the daily, we are below these key indicators on the EMAs. So we want to see this kind of push a little bit further. Importantly, though, look at this hold on the 200 EMAs. So, market structure, like I said, is still with us. It's still with us. We just have to be mindful that I think if we lose this line, then align some of the bearish sentiment we've talked about, we probably need to keep an eye on for sure. But as it stands right now, if we know 110, good news. We'll take a look at pre-market data and see what that looks like as well. Because, I mean, last Sunday, if you remember, the pre-market was great. And then we sort of opened and it was like, oh, well, that was a bit of a disappointment. So let's take a look at what's going on. So you've got a decent move in the Dow, up 50. The S&P 500 looks like it'll rally up a little bit. NASDAQ up. Russell marginally up as well. The Hong Kong Stock Exchange does look a little bit bearish. So why would Hong Kong be down? The Nikkei's up. It's interesting. That's interesting. Europe feels, again, reasonably boring. Commodities look like they'll be pretty flat as well. So, yeah, DCOR Research, Vast, Jed, Michaela. I like it. 20,000 likes. Let's get it. Fairground. Bullish on the TikTok fam. If you haven't already hit the like button on YouTube as well, do me a favor. Just head down to the bottom of the screen. Find the thumbs up. Give it a little tap. Makes you feel better. Also, if you're brand new here to the cryptocurrency market, let me know. And then hit that subscribe button. We talk about it every single day. Keeping you guys dialed in, even when I'm not at home. Which, by the way, it was pretty challenging live streaming. Not in my house. So, yeah, hit the subscribe button. Turn the notification bell to all. That way you get uploaded on our day's content as well as our live streams that are 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK time every freaking day. So if you want to stay dialed in, then get it forward. Bitcoin B said, BCH, ETH, I need 100K to spare. Man, don't we all? Don't we all? Thoughts on Jasmine Coin worth keeping or sell for algo? Now, I posted something on X about Jasmine. They feel like they're just starting to warm up again. But at the same time, when alts dump, Jasmine's going to take a beating. So it's below below some of the trend lines we've been looking at. And, although we've not bottomed yet, it does feel like it's at the lower end. So it needs something. It needs something to push us, in my opinion. But then you could argue the same with Algorand, albeit at 17 cents is still in a downtrend. They're very similar in terms of chart structure. You've probably got a slightly better opportunity with Algorand than Jasmine at the minute. But Jasmine still has the power to do that in 20% pump and no one, can aware of it. Doesn't SHX have huge fees? I don't think so. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. It's easy to hit Jasmine soon. Binance has huge holdings. Yeah, I thought that. But I thought they kept I always debated whether they put it in the innovation zone just to be awkward, really. Nelson! What's going on, buddy? And Beeb's in the building as well. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, don't forget, smash on the like button to a brand new all-time high. And if you're bullish, it is worthwhile hitting that subscribe button as well. Yeah, is this true, though? I've seen so many of these things today. I even commented on one of them because I was sick of seeing the whole, break-in. Trump's going to make a big crypto announcement. Bullish if true. You're like, well, it's not fucking true. What are you talking about? Is that actually happening? Is there any White House statement things? Where do we see White House statements? Let me have a look. See. White House announcements. News. Anyone know where we can see it? Media, like video library gallery, live news. Stay tuned, we'll be live again shortly. That's all it says. So is there actually going to be one? Anyone know? Doesn't look like it. If I come to YouTube as well, I don't see anything from like the White House specifically. Do I have the White House on here? I feel like I subscribe to it. Yeah, I do there. Live. So there's nothing on the White House. There's nothing on the White House official website page. There's nothing on their YouTube channel. So, I mean, I don't think so, if I'm honest. I don't think so. Okay, so they've got a tiny bag of Jasmine. Don't care if it goes to 0 and it needs to put. I mean, that's true. What's your thoughts on Wormhole? I mean, I didn't like it when it came. Oh, Wormhole, actually. I don't. I'm kind of indifferent to Wormhole. Let me just swap this microphone over TikTok. I'm a bit indifferent to it, really. I thought we were going to talk about WorldCoin. I'm not a big fan of WorldCoin. But yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about it, to be honest. I think it has a kind of narrative. My only debate has always been with Wormhole and those type of projects is, why would people not just use the native chain that it's on? So what I'm going to basically get Bitcoin on the Ethereum network that I have to worm. I just don't understand why people do it. Trump was on the 60-minute show and it's broadcast at 7:30. Ah, is that what it is? Oh, God. No words on tariffs. First event the White House will attend. What's that? White House is going to Ripple Swell. Yeah, I saw that. So is like all the major banks and everything else. Could be good news. Could be good news. Did you also see the fact that the Larry Fink tokenization, if you haven't seen that video, by the way, go and watch that video. They talked about tokenization and the fact that basically banks need to tokenize everything quick. So if you haven't watched that, then I would recommend going and check it out. It's dead easy. Head on over to the only channel that's worth watching, the 2Bit Crypto channel, and come down here and you can see this one. Larry Fink was right. Check out that video if you are interested in what's going on with tokenization. There's a very interesting article within that. And by the way, while you're here as well, if you want to join the channel, then do so. Click this join button here. It's going to bring it up. Look, you can get these super cool badges as well as getting access to our premium Discord as well as grabbing a subscription here on TikTok as well. If you want to do that and get involved, you can see, we've got lots of content over here. We've got, I need to do a new video actually on here, the 1,000 coins to hold this bull run. Some educational stuff. Again, a few other bits and pieces. Highly recommend you check the channel out. Good, right. TikTok's like, hey, you've been live for over an hour, you massive chopper. Make sure you're still alive. Pengu prediction. Keep seeing loads of stuff with Pengu. Don't own any, but all I would say is it has been dumping. I think Jake Gagan had Luca Nets on his show, actually. But yeah, I mean, where is it at right now? It's at a key level right now. You'd argue that what was resistance is now becoming support. If you can get a bounce off here on the weekly candles, that might play out a little bit more favorably. You might get a little bit of a pushback to the upside, but in line with the broader market structure, look at it. Like, just, it's playing out exactly as we see. So yeah. Derivatives will be huge for XRP. Yeah, I hope so. You still bullish on Sui? Yeah, I still own my Sui as well. So I'm still in Sui. 235. I bought at 271, I think it was. So I'm a little bit underwater on Sui. So again, the comment from the first person that's commenting that was like, oh, his alts are underwater. Then technically he's true on Sui. But that's because it was more of a bull run purchase as opposed to a pre-bull run purchase. But yeah, I still like Sui. Still think I do well. At the very least, CZ will move Jasmine to move it. It has real utility though. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, Jasmine, in my opinion, is one of those that will just come out of the woodwork and all of a sudden it'll be like, boom, Jasmine does like 20% as it like integrates into smartphones or something like that. I know people will go, what the f are you talking about? But it's the tech that sits behind it. Data democratization. Basically, you become the custodian of all of your data and where it goes. Forget cookies. That's where Jasmine, I think, has a real captive hold on the market. So, LK, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you. Don't worry, you made it. That's the most important part. See you in 2028. Alt season is over. I mean, maybe. Like I said, my view is, if you're like, yeah, it's over, market's finished, alts are done, then fine. I hope you're in stablecoin. I hope you're in cash. Hope you sat waiting for the market to pull right the way down so you can grab a dip. I hope people are. I hope people are definitely in there. I just look at all the other macro bits, and like I said, I'm not a lunatic bull. I'm not like, oh no, I'm holding to $1 million. That's where I think we're going. But I am just watching for key things, whether it's market structure, liquidity, trading, perps, whatever it is, right? Whatever you look at, man, I just hurt my finger. Then that's what I'm looking at. You know, we've held market structure so far very, very well. And whenever we broke through the 200 EMA, yes, we've seen a push down like to this test line. We haven't broke the 200 EMA yet. We broke it down here where we saw a push down. Back in 2024, we broke it again. Look at some of these key levels where we break the 200 EMA, we come down and retest it all the way back to when we broke it from the bear market bottom, broke the 200 EMA, and price came all the way down. Kaboom. On the back of, obviously, the massive dumperino from, from FTX. So you can see there where we crossed it. 2022, coming out of the bull market on our way down. Here are the two bull markets peaks. We crossed the 200 EMA and we went down all the way to that point. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. You look at the difference between 2021 versus where we sit right now. Like, this just looks like either the most boring bull run ever or just a general uptrend in the market. That's kind of what it looks like right now. So that's my view. Has Flow any good to hold? Flow? I don't know what Flow was. The top, what was that? The top was, do you mean the top altcoin top was December 24? Alts haven't started yet. Bull hasn't started yet. We're almost officially 6 months, a year behind schedule. Well, again, depending on who and what you listen to, that could be a valid point. That could be a valid point. Or every other cycle is just out of the window because it's just not the same as it's always been. So you're like, well, maybe that's just life. Maybe that's what it is. We'll see. Hash flow HFT. I don't even know what that is. HFT. Hash flow. Hashtag 2026. Get it, Craig. Hash flow, 27 million market cap, 9 million volume. I mean, the chart looks a bit naff. I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty terrible, actually. It's down 98% all-time high. So yeah, I don't think I would be purchasing that coin particularly. Now, if you're in it, that's a different story. But yeah, that's probably not for me, that coin. Not for me. Just my opinion. Bitcoin Bijam, you don't need to, just you of all people could just type in the chat and I will definitely bring your coins up. But thank you so much for the 10. Man, yeah, I'm bullish on you, bro. Thank you so much. Thoughts on Blast Coin? Possible 4-cent target. Let's take a look. Blast Coin, here we go. I made 32K off today. I made 32K today off a non, bro. What's a non? Is a non a coin, yeah? Grats. Mate, people making money is the best thing in the world. I love it when people make money. Blast, I mean, I don't want to burst on you. I mean, it's got 3 million in volume. It looks terrible, Bitcoin Bijam. It looks terrible. I mean, you got to understand the capital that needs to push it back. What do you think it might go to? Possible 4-cent target. I mean, the only thing I would say is like, what is going to push it that high? Like, why is that going to suddenly pump 97%? That's the only thing that I would ask on a $3.6 million volume. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Is it called Hey Anon or just Anon? But yeah, grats if you did, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I think it's unlikely. 4-cent, I think it's unlikely. What even is it? I don't even know what it is. Right, earn on your USDT. Okay, yeah, I don't. Not sure, if I'm dead honest. Not sure. Maybe we even forego this cycle because of all the background. We have to wait until the next bull run. Craig, don't say stuff like that. No. I mean, look, if we get a push back to the upside, you know, if we start to maybe retest this like 116, 117, if we can break this, then you want to be taking profits as we're heading up. Definitely. It's a layer 2. All right, fair play. Definitely. Study vertcoin.org. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Tron. I mean, I talked about Tron before. It's just going to be a grindy coin, isn't it? The amount of money that's in Tron is wild. The amount of money that's in it's wild. Does it mean it's going to be like the craziest coin? Probably not. Just my opinion. Sorry, my finger won't stop bleeding. But again, they're building loads of cool shit over on Tron. Loads of cool stuff on it. What do you think about quant and targets? I mean, quant I kind of put in the same category as Tron, really. That I think it will just grind away, whether it's bull market or bear market. Yeah, it's gonna volatile. It's gonna, it's gonna fluctuate. But I mean, look at that as you could look at that as like just a range, couldn't you? Quite comfortably, you could range that on. What am I looking for here? What am I looking for? Come on, 2-bit, find him. Where is it? Have I lost my indicator? There we go. You look at that range on. I know you discredit the kind of these two big peaks and obviously the big dumperino, but that since going back to 2024, pretty interesting consolidate. Well, I say consolidation range. It's an uptrend range with quant. This is on the weekly candles, by the way, but. This kind of lower range that, we seem to respect quite comfortably here. So I think it just ends up being a bit grindy. As I've said a number of times, I just think it grinds its way up, quant. Same as I think Tron does as well. What about Say? Yeah, I mean, again, I think the problem with Say is it's just got a bit quiet. Where's it at now? 91 cents. So look, had a nice little run up. And then, unfortunately, when you look at Say, and by the way, I quite like their ecosystem, but you've got a pretty painful downtrend, in my opinion. You'll never be more bullish. Why do I always read that comment now? And it's from Stream Elements. Zebek. I mean, I'm surprised Zebek's not pumping today, actually, because most of the market is red. But yeah, I mean, Zebek, I mean, it's a good project. I don't hold anymore. I sold out of Zebek. I got out of it. But yeah, definitely kind of got an opportunity for sure. I'm nowhere near taking any more profit at the moment, but if it means 4 more years to put some money back in and add way more to my portfolio, bring it on. There you go, Magic Craig. Is it worth getting NFTs? I mean, it's hard. Genuinely, it's hard because I just don't know what utility a lot have. Now, that's not to say, by the way, that if you look at it from an XLS 53, which is the new upgrade on the XRPL, then NFTs become pretty worthful because they are the ability to transact and transfer ownership and much more on the blockchain, right? So, yeah, I don't think they're bad. Would I go and buy pictures of monkeys? Probably not. Probably not. Man, Asta's up 21%. Bullish. Let's go. World Limit Financial. I mean, I still hold World Limit Financial. Now, I do, and I've said this before, by the way, I have some capital on the side that I haven't put into anything yet. It's just kind of chilling there. I may get a little bit more just to DCA the position. I think I bought at like 20 cents and then I bought some at 18 cents. So I may decide to get a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, it's not great, is it right now? Not great. And by the way, I think most are like that, all because of this Friday, this elusive Friday, the 10th of October. Worth noting, by the way, I think. But I kind of feel like World Limit Financial will do something similar than Asta. It'll take like, I don't know, like an announcement that they've partnered with. Man, I don't even know. Who would they partner with, really? Because they're going to launch a wallet. They want to launch an exchange. Who would they partner with? I don't know. Coinbase or something crazy is like a provider of liquidity. Trump NFTs. Are they yours, Alvin? Oh my God. I mean, these must be people selling them. I mean, he's going to pay $1 million for a Trump NFT. That's wild. Yeah, I agree, Curtis. I agree. Yeah, you have to be real strategic with Asta and World Limit Financial. Yeah, 100%. Well, they've got two very big people that can quite quickly pump those prices, albeit they maybe shouldn't have do, but they can definitely pump the price if they want to do. ICP been climbing. What are your honest thoughts and targets? My average is 419. I mean, my only question here is, I don't understand why it's pumping. Why is ICP pumping? Should I have a quick try and find out? Because that'll tell us whether it's... So like Asta, would I say that Asta's had a big move? Probably not, because we know that CZ's pushing it. When you look at ICP, I don't know why ICP's pumping. Let's try and find out. Do the non-ICP believers realize that half the ICP hill spike stake for longer than 12 months literally cannot be sold this cycle? There is effect roughly 34 million ICP. So I mean, I'm not seeing any like big announcements. Huge ICP announcement coming soon. Institutional investors are aggressively buying ICP. I mean, are they? The internet computer is currently the most active blockchain in the world, surpassing Solana, currently processing 1104 transactions per second. So, I mean, maybe there's something going on behind the scenes. I mean, apparently Baron Trump holds 440 million ICP. I don't believe that, FYI, but maybe. I mean, if it can sustain the move, what you need is a market sentiment to come with this tomorrow to then double down on some of this push. But yeah, I mean, it's moving. I mean, we can't deny it, but yeah, bought some Blast Coin, hoping it goes up. Fair play. I mean, look, the good thing is if you're 98% down, you don't need a lot to move to the upside to kind of get a bit of a win. That's one way to look at it. It's probably not the best investment strategy I've ever heard in my entire life, but it's not the worst, potentially. Come on. Casey, can we ban that person? What are they called? Freddie? Someone just ban them, mate, please, if you could. Would Sol go to £200? I mean, I hope so, yeah. I mean, I think Sol could go way higher than that. I'm hoping Solana's going to get to like $800. If I'm honest. Whether it will or not, I don't know, but I hope so. I hope so. Gone. That's it. Is it possible? It's because AI technology is quite. I mean, the AI narrative is definitely bigger than it's been for sure. Like definitely bigger than it's been. It feels a little bit quiet out there, if I'm honest, the whole AI thing. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get a sector that's gonna move, then you know, I think that could be a good one. That could be a good one for sure. All in crypto, what's going on? Any XRP holders here? Man, a lot of XRP holders. Bullish. We were just talking about FXRP. XRP is actually up on the day, by the way. By the way, the bear trap is still playing out on XRP, by the way. Still playing out on XRP. So hopefully we get it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we get it. You know, whether we do or not is another debate, isn't it? But let's hope we do. Let us hope we do. Mike, you've got to learn to do some movement when you're thinking about something. Honestly, it looks like the screen is frozen when you're it's because I was trying to ban that person from TikTok. So yeah, I was trying to ban them and it's always a bit more awkward. And I have to think, because what you don't want to do is get it wrong and end up like banning some random person. That's not what you need to do. That just gets awkward, doesn't it? You can DM me on Discord then. I don't know if you're in our Discord, but basically my Telegram is at 2 as in TWO bit crypto. YT. All one word, all right? All one word. At 2 as in TWO bit crypto YT. That's me. All one word. But equally, if you go onto my profile and you can see my Discord, which you can get in there. Remember, only reply to the person that's got a red name in the Discord. That's me. If anyone else wants to get in the Discord, then feel free. Ban them or invite them to the stream. But me and Vern have done that before. How many followers do I have on TikTok? On Telegram? None. I don't have any. I don't think I do anyway. I don't think I do. It's just me. It's just me. But yeah, join the Discord. It would be way easier. Click on my profile, go into my bio, get the link for the Discord, and then you can get involved. Are you typing 2-bit crypto? If you do it all one word, oh yeah, there are 3 accounts. So I have a premium account. Oh man, none of them are me when you type it in. None of them are actually me. Make sure you put the at in front of it. You have to put at 2-bit crypto, I think. Man, someone's even got like a premium account. Someone's got a premium account. That is wild, bro. Yeah, I'd join the Discord because yeah, none of them are me. None of them are me. That's absolutely ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Yeah, join the Discord or find me on X. I'm the verified account on X, which is at 2bit crypto 2 as in the number bit crypto underscore YT. But I'm a verified account on X, so you can get me over there. I mean, I have a premium account here on. I have a premium account here on Telegram, in which my do I have a little thing on the top of my... Do I not have that? I thought... Oh, did I get rid of it? Oh, that's annoying. I thought I had a premium... I thought I had the premium subscription. Basically, if you go into it as well, it says official 2bit crypto, join my Discord and my whoop. But yeah, find me on X, probably easier, or join my Discord. That's what I would say as well. What's your take on Algorand for the next bull run? I mean, I talked about Algorand before it went crazy. I mean, we were literally talking about the whole ISO 222 thing, and everyone was like, H bar. And I was like, Algorand delivers exactly the same sort of thing. I mean, I don't mind it. I quite like it. The only thing I would say at the minute is it's a little bit down. More so, and don't forget, you've got H-Pass now, got ETF. That's the risk. It's just a little bit left behind. But I'm still pretty optimistic on it. But yeah, BTC is clinging on to 110, clinging on for dear life. January 2026 next bull market. I mean, let's hope so. I'm down for some sort of. We're down for some sort of move. This can't be it. Man, ICP is up 20% now. Holy crap. ICP is full send right now. And Zcash is now up as well. That was like 389. Man, I was so tempted to do a long trade on Zcash. Not Zcash. Jesus Christ. Zcash. So tempted. I haven't, but. Hashtag leave the ban into Tim and I. Yeah. I got you, Craig. I got you. Definitely not Shoesmith, Craig. He was in TikTok. That Bull Pepe essentially is a scam and you shilled it to me, you goof. I definitely did a video on it. So if it is a scam, I 100% apologize. But certainly a $40 million pre-sale, I didn't expect it to be that. Has it definitely not launched, yeah? Has it all gone to shit? Did we talk about this? I think we talked about this in the Discord, didn't we? You said it in the Discord as well. Pepe Ascension. Here, look. 4 hours ago. Bought before October 21st. You're part of the early holders. 50% bonus for new buys. 100%. You still want to bet. Catch up before it's too late. Dual rewards update November the 1st. ETH price snapshot. Rewards. Is it not trading? No, they said their TG was the 31st. Why is it saying here on the? I'm on their. I'm assuming this is their like official X page. PepeAscension.com. I mean, it's even a verified account as well. Yeah, it's definitely not Shoesmith. Shoesmith here. Does anyone know what will happen to crypto? I mean, we're hopefully it's going to go up. I mean, longer term, it'll definitely go up. Short term, it's pretty painful. I'm not going to lie. So, and the multi-exchange phase, our team is completing centralized exchange and liquidity calibration. Claim open soon for all holders. Pre-sale remains active to maintain liquidity. Website in progress. NFT collection bonus 10%. So is it what are people saying on here? When and where can I claim this token? We'll soon open it for everybody. Kindly be patient. Since we're finalizing the final phase, CX integration. We'll soon open it for everybody. Kindly be patient. Yeah. I mean, if it is, then it's certainly never my intention to shill scams. It's not like I go into it and like, oh yeah, this would be a hilarious scam to let everybody know. But I mean, at the minute, it kind of looks like they're doing something, but what I don't know. And it definitely hasn't launched yet, no? Pepe Ascension. Because wasn't it going to launch on MEXC? I mean, there's even a thing here. There's even an article on TradingView here about it. But yeah, I thought it was going to list on MEXC. Maybe not. Maybe not. XYO. XYO. What is that? I don't even know what it is. What is XYO? I mean, there's a lot of coins tonight that you guys have been talking about that just look awful. I mean, that one looks terrible as well. It's down 91% from its all-time high. So, yeah, I mean, again, at the minute, the market feels like it's the brand new shiny coin or the old school privacy coin that are the only things that are moving. That's it. That's it. Everything else is like complete and utter doo-doo water. So I think at the minute, my personal view, anything that's down 90 to 95%, you'd be like, why is it going to come back? If it's not a privacy coin, by the way, if it's a privacy coin that's down 90%, then it has a chance probably. So good time to buy. Johnny, I mean, it's a better time to buy than it was a couple of weeks ago. The debate though is are we going to hold this? I just don't think it's a rush right now. So I've got some stable coin that I could buy if I want to. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. That's my honest opinion, because I sort of don't know where the market's going to go. I hope I know where the market's going to go, but you can never be, you can never be 100% certain, unfortunately. So again, it's not going to do any harm to sit tight and see what happens. I mean, if you look at kind of where BTC is now, it's really struggling right now. Like, albeit we are on the green, it potentially is going to close as a green candle. Hopefully, we're not in a super conviction move. GC in the building. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. Happy Sunday to you as well. Hope that's well. Yeah, XCL, man, looking great. Looking bullish. My opinion is the door swings both ways. If you don't like it, see ya. I mean, that's true as well, yeah. Yeah, Griff, I could see a 10x in the near future and more later if things work out. Yeah, I mean, it's still at 2,500 holders, so, definitely an opportunity. How come the markets, how the market on gold are still closed? Because they trade on the US markets. Gold does, really. Will it is a Sunday dump day? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, we're kind of holding that. Just the volume's super weak, isn't it? So, but yeah, I mean, the gold markets aren't open yet. And they generally trade on the US markets, don't they? Generally trade on US markets. So we'll see. I mean, futures are unchanged. We can take a quick look at the pre-markets and see what that looks like. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty unchanged. 50 on the Dow, 21 on the S&P. Commodities are, so commodities are pretty flat, really. I believe we dumped the last two Sundays, haven't we? No, last Sunday was the mental pump. We pumped like crazy last Sunday and everyone was freaking out because the CME gap was massive. This was like last Sunday here, look, this massive move. So historically, Sundays have been pretty good, but what's followed has then been a massive dump. So this was that Sunday. This was a Sunday and we dumped. Where do we have another Sunday? Like here somewhere, Friday. It's like Sunday. We got that massive wick up, 225K retested. So, it's might not be the worst thing in the world just to have a Sunday that's not like a, crazy mega one. Crypto President, welcome in. Nice to meet you as well. Which platform is best in the UK for crypto? I mean, do you mean to go and buy it? I mean, honestly, like Coinbase, Binance, I think MEXC's okay. Albeit there's been loads of debate about MEXC liquidity at the minute. So again, just worth noting that. But yeah, Fetch AI, I mean, it's just not good, is it? It's not good. Not good at all. And whether that changes, I don't know. But at 23 cents and lots of nervousness, it definitely doesn't feel great. I did hear something about not OpenAI, the other people that were part of this that might be doing something, but yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Is that Khan? Is that you that's just messaged me on Discord? DGen Dojo. Is that you that's just messaged me? Crypto.com any good? So I think the platform's okay. The customer service desk is the customer service is awful. So if you're wanting customer service from Crypto.com, I would run as fast as you can because the service is dreadful. Dreadful in my opinion. So anyway, everybody, that does bring us to the end of the show. Thank you as always. I massively appreciate it. Do tune in tomorrow night. We'll be back as always, 9 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. Eastern, talking all the crypto markets. So again, I'm sorry I haven't got to all of the coins. Tune in tomorrow night. If you want a coin looking at, we can take a look at it for sure tomorrow night as we go into a new week. Fingers crossed. Let's hold 110, close out tonight in a reasonably good place with an optimistic view of this week. That ISM data is going to be a big catalyst. A couple of Fed speeches worth noting as well. So we definitely need to see what's going on. But at the same time, be mindful of that Fed repo debt that we talked about and a couple of other things when it comes to long-term holders. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the outro and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.